Atticus was right. One time he said, you never really know a man till he stands in his shoes and walk around in them. There is a dog that barks in the yard of the terrace at the back of mine, and I love dogs. I picked a staffy up in the traffic once and put him in the back of my car, but this one sounds pent up fierce and pissed off to the rain clouds, and every night that I pass his gate before bin day, he throws himself at the panels and I nearly trip up in the alleyway. But this morning, I was brushing my teeth, stood balanced between the windowsill and the sink looking out, and there was a pre-commute quiet in the houses. Then this man came out into the yard of the terrace at the back of mine with a wooden spoon in his hand and beat that dog till he bled in the cobbles. Scout stood on the porch of Boo's house and saw everything with new sights, slipped the shadows of her shoes on her feet and watched the seasons change from the view of someone who rarely feels the rain. At work, there is a boy who comes in quoting the rudest Austin Powers lines, all bolshy and backchat and yes, what your mum said. And then he gets the chessboard out, acts like it's nothing, but then nags me to play against his first move. Outside, he hides this away. He saves it for me because he knows it's okay and I won't let the other boys know he's here. Boo saw the summer. He watched his children's hearts break autumn again and Boo's children needed him. And some days I look back at everything my sister is juggling without sweating and I'm relieved nobody needs me. There was a school I worked in for a month on Mondays. Visitor's badge and coffee and not quite a teacher, and like always, the kids divided themselves into the ones that wanted to and the ones that didn't. And then the loudest subdivided the ones below them into bullies and shadows, sly ones and hangers-on, and the ones who stare too long and tell you they like your shoes. Thank you, Dylan. But what was left on that Monday morning was a boy holding his own place on the floor, smiling and squinting in his dad's glasses and his arm in a sling, and the woman who did all his fighting for him. And he worked away, happy and unaware and separate, and in the last 10 minutes it came to his turn to read out, and the rest of the class began to laugh before it even started, and I saw his brain halved in fight or flight, and then he opened his mouth and said, "This one's called home." Who's standing on a porch watching him? Because Atticus said, courage is not a man with a gun in his hand. It's my dad holding back a cough because he's scared that even after 25 years of nursing, he can't see inside what might be wrong. It's my mum home and tired because the days are hard and too long, and we tell her it's just Gove tightening the knot, but she says it's not, it's her. The kids are getting louder and she can never make the computers work. It's how he can't keep secrets in December because Christmas is meant empty chairs, no surprises for him. It's how we don't speak about the time she chose them over me and the space across the playground felt like a chasm. It's the ex-offender across the table saying we just all want to move on. It's after 5 years of heavy fire, she rings with news and we call a truce and now we just want that time back. It's when he wouldn't shake Dave's hand. It's the shadow in the morning when we pretend that we were so drunk last night that we just don't remember. It's how he can tell from the twist of my eyes at the alarm on the pillow whether I've woken up with spirals in my head again. It's Mrs. Flower's face when I stuck up 2 fingers in a list of A's and stars. It's when Grandma was alive and we only visited once a year. It's standing in the vets and my eyes tight shut and my arms around her neck. It's the day he told me he had a wife. It's my first boyfriend breaking my heart on a dance floor, and when the world is full to bursting with things that aren't what they seem, I think it's okay to be Boo. To hide inside somewhere dark and comfortable and leave a little stamp on the places you go now and then, because all of my stories come from standing in other people's shoes for a moment or a morning and seeing other people do the same.